take a look at this. Ripple faces continued uncertainty in legal battle with ESEC. Uncertainty has once again been brought about as a consequence of the most recent turn of events in the ongoing legal dispute between Ripple Labs and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. The cryptocurrency community's patience was put to the test, and their dreams were dashed when the meetings that were scheduled ended up being canceled. As a result of the 6 postponement that has occurred since April 2022, the lacks of tangible progress in the Ripple case, as well as the slow speed of regulatory proceedings were brought to light, the industry experienced an upsurge in the number of rumors and hypotheses as a result of the consistent cancellation of meetings. A crucial meeting that was supposed to take with Ripple and the SEC did not take place, which resulted in a great amount of dissatisfaction among the industry. Ripple's chief executive officer, Brad Garlinghouse, has spoken out about these delays and has expressed his disapproval of the SEC's regulatory approach. The complexity of the regulatory ambiguity in the Bitcoin market was brought to light by the SEC's repeated cancellations of previous transactions. The durability of XRP is a reflection of the fundamental strength and potential of the industry. However, due to the instability and uncertainty of the market, it is necessary to take into consideration the likelihood of significant price declines in the event that regulatory pressures intensify. In the ongoing legal struggle between Ripple and the SEC SEC's tradition of canceling meetings continues to maintain the ambiguity. Nevertheless, the endurance of the cryptocurrency sector is demonstrated by the performance of XRP in spite of these hurdles. However, the fact that the market is in a state of constant change and the regulatory environment is fraught with uncertainty highlights the importance of maintaining a cautious optimism. In the ongoing legal battle between Ripple Labs and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, new uncertainty has surfaced as a result of the cancellation of meetings that were planned to take place. This is the 6th postponement that has occurred since April 2022, which has caused irritation among members of the cryptocurrency industry and brought attention to the lengthy legislative process in this high-profile case. Because of the numerous cancellations, there has been a lot of speculation and rumors going around in the industry, despite the fact that many people were disappointed by the cancellation of the conference between Ripple and the SEC. The meeting was expected to be crucial. The chief executive officer of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, has been outspoken about these delays and has criticized the regulatory techniques used by the SEC. This climate of uncertainty has persisted for close to 4 years, and it has unquestionably had the most significant impact on investors. It is universally acknowledged that this legal proceeding needs to be concluded as quickly as feasible. The frequent cancellations of meetings by the Securities and Exchange Commission highlight the various regulatory concerns that exist in the Bitcoin sector. Despite the fact that the success of XRP demonstrates the fundamental soundness of the market, there is still the possibility of significant price declines, particularly if regulatory constraints become more intense. Judge Analista Torres will determine the monetary amount that Ripple must pay for violating U.S. securities regulations. Judge Torres ruled in July 2023 that Ripple broke U.S. securities regulations by selling institutional investors XRP that had not been registered. Is a settlement between the security firms and the Securities and Exchange Commission probable, and is a judgment from the court soon? According to Mark Fiegel, a former SEC attorney who expressed his disdain of the settlement talks, the parties involved had held 150 of these sessions nearly weekly since the case was filed. Crypto, for whatever reason, Twitter thought that at each of those meetings, an agreement was being considered. But this is definitely the one. If the SEC versus Ripple case were to be settled, the SEC would lose the right to challenge any decisions reached in the case. This declaration was delivered by Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alder-Rohde, on Friday, July 12. The SEC informed the court that he will not oppose the determination that XRP is not a security, according to Ripple. While hearing arguments on July 13, 2023, Judge Torres determined that XRP programmatic sales do not meet the third element of the Howey test. However, if the SEC is persuaded by the result of the California action to appeal the verdict on program ad sales, such procedures could take place in the Golden State. California law will govern the trial of the case involving the offer and sale of securities involving a claim for false claims, as Judge Phyllis J. Hamilton determined in June 2024. Finally, the third component of the claim is that Ripple uses promotional materials, according to the plaintiff. The third component of the Howey test is the possibility of financial gain through the exertion of the attempts of others. Judge Torres' decision in the high-stakes dispute against Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission is eagerly anticipated by the cryptocurrency world. Since there was no final decision in the remaining days of July, attention has shifted to the first. Prepared for a decision that could send shockwaves across the cryptocurrency system, Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission appear to be on the verge of a historic event. The cryptocurrency world is agog with speculation over Ripple Labs' possible involvement in the Securities and Exchange Commission's choice to hold yet another private meeting. A newly released photo is making the rounds on X, suggesting a meeting between the SEC and Ripple. The Securities and Exchange Commission has recently convened multiple secret sessions. One of these was postponed from July 18th, while the other, slated for July 25th, failed to yield any significant changes. Regardless, the cryptocurrency world is once again interested in speculating because to particularly current gathering, which is now publicly available on the SEC website. After much deliberation, the decision is expected to set a standard. Experts believe the case has diminished the SEC's position, but neither side is willing to back down from a protracted court struggle that could involve appeals. As Judge Torres deliberates over the final ruling, Ripple is caught up in the maze of the law. Disputes over how securities should be classified have centered on the corporation's on-demand liquidity service, one of its primary sources of income. Both the company's operations and the cryptocurrency market could be significantly affected by the outcome of this case. At the same time, the SEC is facing increasing opposition to appeal the decision, which may further complicate the legal battle and put its position in other cryptocurrency-related cases at risk. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has been vocal in his criticism of the situation, even while investigations into it are ongoing. Clear and consistent rules for the Bitcoin business are something he has pushed for. The legitimacy of the released image remains unconfirmed, despite the fact that it has sparked a lot of discussion. Although talks regarding a settlement have taken place, there is no guarantee that a deal will be struck due to the fact that each side is determined to defend its position. The outcome of this case will have far-reaching consequences for Ripple's business model and the cryptocurrency industry at large. Investors in XRP are now watching the lawsuit closely in the hopes that it will conclude or undergo major modifications this week. This is what this week's litigation involving Ripple and XRP will bring us as follows. The attorney Fred Rispoli, who is an advocate of cryptocurrencies, predicted that the case would conclude by July 31st. So, given the claims that the cash remittance company broke securities law, the judge is expected to rule on the matter of potential fines or settlements for the corporation. You should not put your money into anything that relies on the data presented here. Our firm recommendation that you undertake your own research before making any financial commitments.